Most observant people who have flown on an aircraft may have noticed flaps on the wings being deployed during takeoff and landing. However, you might have no idea what their purpose is or how important they are. The flaps play an essential role in getting an aircraft into the air and keeping it there. They are also a necessary element of making a safe and controlled landing. Here we'll have a look at what they are and how they work. The wing flaps are located on the outer trailing edge of the aircraft's wing, between the ailerons and the fuselage. Large jet airliners can have as many as 3 sections to their flaps, which can be extended as required during takeoff and landing. Smaller aircraft have flaps of an appropriate size that are attached to the wings by hinges. Extending the wing flaps increases the curvature or camber of the wing surfaces, allowing aircraft to generate necessary lift at slower speeds. This reduces the minimum speed or stall speed the plane needs to maintain flight safely. The increased camber produced by the extended flaps also increases drag, which helps slow the aircraft and allows a steeper approach angle during landing. The length of the runway needed for both takeoff and landing can be reduced by the efficient use of flaps. Wing flaps alter the shape of the aircraft's wing and divert the air over and under the wing as required. How the flaps are set during deployment determines whether they provide increased lift for takeoff or an increase in drag for landing. The flaps work in conjunction with the plane's altitude, power, and pitch. A safe landing is not dependent on flaps alone. Pilots need to think ahead, anticipate, and make calculated adjustment to allow for wind speed and runway conditions. During takeoff, the flaps are usually partially extended and set between 5 and 15 degrees depending on the type of the aircraft. For landing, the flaps can be fully extended and will be typically between 25 and 40 degrees. The increase in lift and drag enables a slower and steeper approach for landing before deploying the braking systems. An additional beneficial effect of extending the flaps is a reduction of the aircraft's pitch angle, which lowers the nose, giving the pilot a better view of the runway. Among the most commonly used flaps on modern aircraft are slotted flaps. Like other flaps, they increase the camber of the wing, but they also create a slot between the flap and the wing. The slot allows the high pressure from under the wing to flow through onto the upper surface. This delays airflow separation and reduces the drag to produce much more lift. Large aircraft that need some serious lift utilize Fowler flaps, also known as slotted Fowler flaps. These flaps extend out on tracks and feature a series of slots that add increased energy to the airflow. The first stage extension of a Fowler flap produces a significant increase in the lift without increasing the drag much, which is the ideal setting for getting a large jet off the ground. When extending the flaps further, they move more and more downward to give a significant increase in drag to slow the aircraft down. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe to this channel.